Hi everyone, this is Mix from Sneaks and Ball PH, and today we finally have the detailed look and review on the Air Jordan 4 University Blue. Before we get started, if you do like the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. And then if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below as well. Then I'll also be leaving a link to the SNBPH Sneaker Hunters Facebook group in the description box. So I do hope that you can join us over there because it is a place where we talk about sneakers and basketball quite a bit, and it's also where I hold my monthly giveaways. Then once again, if you haven't already, please make sure to sub to the channel because it really does help us out quite a lot. So we will be taking a look at the Air Jordan 4 University Blue, and it is a really nice shoe, but I have a little bit of a bone to pick, so I'm sorry in advance because I am going to start this off with a rant. And the thing that happened with these is I signed up for a raffle over at Nike Park, and I did end up winning that raffle, and I was definitely super happy because just look at the shoe. It's such a pretty shoe with awesome materials, but it did just take forever for me to receive them. I did choose the shipping option, and looking back, I definitely should have just picked these up myself, but I didn't think that there would be any issues with the shipping because everyone else, like the Nike website, the Adidas website, the Titan website, they all do deliver pretty fast, so I didn't really have any reason to think that Nike Park would take forever. But unfortunately they did. It took them almost like 4 weeks or almost an entire month to ship these to me. And it got pretty bad. I think I emailed them twice, like at the 3rd week and around 4 weeks after I ordered them. And I was definitely super close to just canceling my order and asking for a refund. But eventually they did arrive at my doorstep, and I'm just really happy that the shoe is awesome because if not, then I would still be super annoyed. And it just was such a big inconvenience because I do review shoes. And it's not just a hobby, it's also a source of livelihood. So the mere fact that they delivered this so late, it probably means that this video isn't gonna get as many views as it would have had 3 to 4 weeks ago. So yeah, Nike Park, thanks for that. And I really do recommend, if you are in the Philippines, if you're gonna get shoes, get them from the Nike website, get them from Titan or Titan On Demand. And if you do win on a raffle in Nike Park, just pick it up because their delivery just sucks right now. But anyway, now that I've been able to get that off my chest, we can take a look at the Air Jordan 4 University Blue. The Jordan 4 University Blue is actually the latest addition to what I think Jordan Brand is calling their Inspired series, wherein they take some of the most popular and iconic retros and give them that college flavor. This is the latest one, but we also had those Jordan 3 Ballard Blues, or the UNCs, which were just like this Jordan 4, inspired by the University of North Carolina. You also had a couple of Jordan 5s like the Jordan 5 Michigan in that all-yellow build, and that Jordan 5 Oregon that was all green. I am happy that Jordan Brand is doing this because it kinda allows regular people like you and me to get some classic Air Jordans in those college PE colorways. Of course, there are people like some of the original PE collectors of like the Oregon Ducks, the University of North Carolina, and the University of Michigan. And I do understand why, because they did pay a lot of money for those PEs. But in the end, I don't really think that they should be mad because the PEs will always be the PEs. Like for example, with the Jordan 3 UNC that really stood out public, it did look pretty similar to the PE, but of course it had that Jumpman on the tongue and not the UNC branding. So in the end, what I'm trying to say is that the PEs will always remain the PEs, they'll always be exclusive, they'll always be worth a lot of money, but it's nice that we can get colorways inspired by those PEs as a general release. Then for this particular Jordan 4 in this UNC colorway, I think it's definitely one of the best that they've done. And to see why, let's take a dive into the tech specs. So starting off with the traction, the Jordan 4 makes use of a herringbone outsole, and on the tip of the toe you do find those stars that are common to the Jordan 1, 2, 3, and 4. The traction on the Jordan 4 is very grippy. Whether you use these on court or you use these for casual use, you really won't have any issues. You won't be sliding out, you won't be slipping, and it is also really durable because these did release in 1989. And as I always say, if you want durable traction, whether for on-court use or for casual use, definitely look into shoes that were made in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Then for the cushion, the Jordan 4 makes use of a full-length polyurethane midsole with an encapsulated air unit in the forefoot and a visible air unit in the heel. Polyurethane is a pretty old foam. I mean, they have used it ever since the Jordan 1, and it was last used full length on a Jordan with the Jordan 9 in 1994. Given that it is an old foam, you can't really expect it to be as nice as Phylon, and definitely not as nice as the foams we have now, like Nike React. However, the polyurethane midsoles that they've been using on their more recent retros of the Jordan 3, the Jordan 4, and the Jordan 5 have definitely been a lot softer than the retros we used to get around 5 to 10 years ago. I think the polyurethane on these more recent Jordan 4 releases are definitely a lot closer to the originals in 1989, which is why I feel like these are adequately comfy, especially when you're using them for casual wear. Then for the materials, it is pretty much the star of the show, because with this University Blue Jordan 4, you have an all suede upper. That suede on the shoe is super hairy and it's super soft and plush, and it's actually hard to compare it to anything I have right now, because it is definitely much better than the Jordan 5 Toro Bravos or Raging Bulls, and it's probably the best materials we've gotten from a shoe this year. The quality of the materials is just super nice, and it's kind of addicting just kind of feeling the materials in your hand. I mean, that suede is here on the ankle, here at the midfoot, on the overlays. It's a little thicker and hairier here on the toe rand, and you even have suede on the top of the tongue. If you like suede, or if you like just the most premium quality materials that you can get, then the materials on the Jordan 4 University Blue are definitely for you. For the other materials though, you do have your standard Jordan 4 rubbery plastic pieces here on the heel tab, here on those lockdown wings, as well as the lace crowns. Then you have a little bit of nylon here on the tongue patch, that plastic netting on the midfoot and tongue that's backed by mesh, and your nice and soft textile sock liner. The sock liner is nice and padded and comfy, and that suede is just immaculate. So for the materials, it's just A1, it's the best of the year. Then for fit and sizing, I did go through to size with the Jordan 4 University Blue, and it fits me perfectly well. I went with my standard size 10, and it fits me pretty comfortably, and there isn't much dead space here at the toe. Jordan Brand has been making a concerted effort to make more of these Jordans closer to the original shape. I mean, that's true for the Jordan 3s, the Jordan 4s, and the Jordan 5s. And with this Jordan 4, it follows the same trend because the toe looks nice and sleek, which really allows it to fit well over your forefoot and not be too bubbly. So for my recommendation on the sizing, if you have a narrow foot or a normal width foot, definitely go through to size. Then if you have a wide foot, I think you can also go through to size, but since these are mostly used for casual wear, if you want a nice and relaxed fit as a wide footer, definitely go up half a size. Then for the aesthetic details, the Jordan 4 UNC is essentially a University Blue version of the white cement 4s. So for the outsole, you do have a mix of gray, black, baby blue, and white. You have that gray rubber here at the heel and toe. You have that black rubber here at the midfoot and forefoot. You have that white rubber here at the midfoot, and you have that baby blue underneath the ball of the foot and on the Jumpman. Then moving on to the midsole, you do have some of that black rubber coming up, and then on the polyurethane, you do have a mix of that white and cement gray. You have that white here at the bottom half of the polyurethane, and right above that, you have that cement gray with that signature cement splatter. Then lastly, for the midsole, you do have that visible air unit here at the heel. Then for the upper, it is predominantly that University Blue or that UNC Blue, and that blue does look super nice on this suede, and I can kind of understand why they went for a suede upper, because I just think that it works really well with that shade of baby blue, and it works a lot better than maybe a baby blue leather. Then for the other details, you do have a little bit more cement splatter here on the lateral wing, as well as that signature Jordan 4 heel tab. Then you also have black on those lace crowns at the bottom and top eyelets. And then for your branding, you do have a black Jumpman here at the heel, as well as your Jordan flight patch here at the top of the tongue. An interesting detail on this shoe, and something that some people like and some people don't, is the patch that's kind of sewn onto the flight patch, and this is actually their Team Apparel or Team 23 patch, which says Team 23, quality products inspired by the greatest basketball player ever. We did have this patch on the other college PE inspired Jordans. I mean, with the Jordan 3, it had it on the insole, and with the Jordan 5 Michigan and Oregon, it was actually on the back tab. And in my opinion, putting them on the insole of the Jordan 3 and on the back tab of the Jordan 5 are definitely much better places to put it than on the tongue of the Jordan 4. Then for the last detail, you do have another feature of the Jordan 4s, which is this nylon patch behind the tongue, and they do say Air Jordan on both the left and the right shoe. I was a little bit surprised that it just said Air Jordan, because I do have the Jordan 3 UNCs, and behind the tongue on those, you had heart on the left shoe and sole on the right shoe. I just assumed that they would have done something similar to those, but they didn't, and it's not really that big of a deal, but I do think it was a missed opportunity. Then for the overall aesthetics, I have to admit that this Jordan 4 University Blue has been growing on on me a lot because when I first saw these on the release calendars, I really wasn't eyeing it because I felt like it was too much baby blue. But when I did see more detailed pictures as well as some early reviews and on-foot pictures, I really grew to love this colorway. Definitely isn't the most wearable Jordan 4, that would probably just be the original white cements as well as the black cements. But if you do dress like me, which is kinda standard black or gray joggers and a black or white shirt, then this will definitely add a nice pop of color to your outfit. It is just a beautiful shoe in my opinion, and the Jordan 4 is definitely in my top 5 Jordans of all time. Plus with that super soft suede upper, it not only feels premium, but looks premium as well. Then for the price, the Jordan 4 UNC retailed for 9,445 pesos here in the Philippines or $200 US. My review definitely is pretty late, and it's pretty much thanks to Nike Park and their delivery problems. But since my review is late, these are pretty much just sold out everywhere, and you can only really find them on the resale market. On the resale market, these are going anywhere from $300 to $350 US, around 15,000 to 17,500 pesos, and it's definitely one of the higher resale prices when it comes to Jordan 4s. I mean, at that price, it's already competing with the Breads or the Black Cements, but I do hope that they will eventually go down, and I do think that they will because it is an all university blue and suede shoe, and as we do see from time to time with these all suede shoes with that just pop of color, they can go down in terms of resale price. So there you have it guys, that was my detailed review on the Air Jordan 4 University Blue. Once again, if you haven't already yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. It would help us out a lot. Here at Sneaks and Ball, PH.